Next summer, these glow ups I'm having during the summer because of the work I put in the winter, it's worth it. Because then in the summertime, it's really execution time, but the dark time of the winter really bears a big opportunity to rest, sit with yourself, and also see where you want to go. Sometimes this will take you further than hustling a whole year. So what have you been up to, King Conscious, lately?
Hey, the last days, they're kind of bittersweet, you know. For example, right now, while we're recording this, we are in the mid of the autumn or the fall. And the days are getting shorter and shorter and shorter, man. Sorry.
It's getting colder too.
Yeah, it's getting colder, it's getting shorter. Like you're kind of forced to
Inside.
stay inside and to stay awake longer because you just, I don't know, it kind of feels like you want to experience something. Because even though we experience a lot in the nighttime, it kind of is the daytime which makes the day count, you know?
You mean the nighttime is our daytime, kind of?
Yeah, like we're trying to gain more of that what we couldn't have of the day.
In the night?
The night.
Really? Because the day was so short, you mean?
Yeah. Sun goes down 7 p.m. and in the middle of the winter it's gonna be 3 p.m. like in Berlin,
Yeah,
or
that's
3:30 or something. Like
Yeah, that's very.
I probably think in Scandinavian countries it's much
It's a
more
lot
earlier, or
dark a lot of the day.
but still it's kind of heavy.
Yeah, I definitely feel it. Like my whole daily schedule looks completely different when it's winter time. I feel like I'm a completely different person. Like winter Lizzo and summer Lizzo, they're not the same, because even when they're both part of me, but they're not the same, because the other one is constantly cold, has to wear 5 layers to go outside and plan like 10 minutes extra to get dressed just to get something from outside. And winter me is like head out and fuck around and find out.
The last days we stood up very long and we had a great time, but a couple of days ago I kind of had like a breakdown again when I meditated here. You remember? Like when we've been to a trip to Düsseldorf, had a great time there, and then came back and I was just like, I'm feeling something within me. I tapped in so deeply into my shadow self, into my lower self, by releasing, by crying, but it was so profound because, I don't know, I felt so connected to the world, but also to myself in just not a positive way, but in a negative way. You know what I mean? So
You tapped into the collective shadow and
yeah,
also your own shadow.
yeah. And that was so funny and interesting because to me, it seems like everything that is happening in the world right now is really obviously because I experienced it with myself. I saw that how this oppression thing and being oppressed by someone and not speaking your truth and stuff like is being reflected within me. So I just felt this connection, this deeper connection to what is happening right now. And yeah, I think I'm not the only one who is experiencing this right now.
Yeah, I definitely know that we are going through shifts as a collective and going through similar emotions as a collective, especially during times like those where it's getting dark earlier. It's like the shadow comes out earlier, In summer, everything is just fun, The night is short, hot, and sweet, Nothing to dig around there because most of the day you're outside having fun. But that's not possible in the shadow season, like right now. You're inside and you're really forced to sit with yourself, and you realize a lot that you was able to suppress during the summertime. But now that summer is over, you're like, oh wow, like I didn't look at that at all because I was really caught up with some bullshit.
So winter is like, is winter the spiritual boot camp of life?
Absolutely. Like for me, 100%.
Oh shit. The winter is just
Yeah, last year you was so funny to just go away and leave me alone for 6
Hey, last year
weeks.
I really lived the best life, man. I just been in Togo in the sun 5 weeks during the winter, and it was really great. And we actually planned to do this year together because like winter in Berlin is a whole nother number to me.
Yeah, it's a different story.
Of course, depends. Like there are colder places, but to me, it's just so dark and dense. Really, it's
Yeah,
demon time.
it's
The
demon
the
time.
demons come out.
The vampires, they love the dark.
Bloodsuckers.
That's why I actively say, like, to the room that I'm in, I'm like, there is no bad spirit invited here. I speak out the frequency and the spiritual authority over my sacred space, because there is a lot of demons around. But I'm like, because I'm also noticing my dreams are having a way darker feel lately, and sometimes terrible and horrific, that I didn't sign up for. So you really gotta protect yourself and say, you know what, like, I invite the high vibrating spirits to help me and guide me. Like, I understand the assignment, I'm ready for the assignment, I take responsibility, I'll be vulnerable and accountable to get through this. And next summer, like, these glow ups I'm having during the summer because of the work I put in the winter, it's worth it. Because then in the summertime, it's really execution time, but the dark time of the winter really bears a big opportunity to rest, digest, sit with yourself, and also see where you want to go, readjust. And sometimes this will take you further than hustling a whole year, you know? People don't understand that rest and sitting with yourself, journaling, reflecting, asking yourself what is even going on, instead of just fucking it away, drinking it away, smoking it away. It can be a beautiful experience, you know? I have found for myself this year, because I was so sick and tired of German winter all my life. I've been here and I'm so tired, and I'm telling myself I want to get away so bad. But this is exactly where I have to ask myself, what am I running from? And what do I still have to befriend about the winter? Like, why do I reject it so much? And I found out to just befriend your darkness.
Yes. You once said, I don't know if it was in an episode of ours or in a live talk, whatever. You once said that you're befriending demons. And I just thought, like, when people hear this term befriending demons, they're probably going to think something. But that was just a perfect example of what it means, like, to befriend your demons or to befriend a demon, like, to get in control and also in connection with this energy, because a demon is just a very dark and dense energy or something, or a darker energy than a lighter one. So when you're working with dark energy, you're working with the dark energy of yourself. You're working with the dark entity that is within you.
Yeah, intrusive thoughts, and look at them and like not shy away from them,
Yeah.
not judge yourself
Yeah.
for thinking them, and like asking yourself, what is even behind those thoughts? What emotions are behind those creepy aspects about myself?
A good friend of mine once told me that emotions are also being created through thoughts, because in my mind I always thought like emotions are popping up, but sometimes it's really the different approach. Sometimes emotions creates thoughts, but sometimes also thoughts creates emotions, because
Yeah.
you start to think and think and think, and then you're getting afraid.
Yeah.
So you kind of soaking this energy through opening your field, through these dark thoughts. Some people are believing these demons, some people are believing these energies, and then they're committing dark crimes or atrocities or whatever.
Yeah. They are
And
possessed.
yeah, and I feel like the hero can only be as strong as the villain, That's why, like, there are really, really great and strong villains out there right now, and it's our responsibility to befriend those energies, to know how
Look
to
them in the face and tell them, I know who you are,
yeah.
bro. I know what you're doing. And if I was you, I would do the same, but I'm not. You, and you need an exorcism too.